sure what to do with it. Wow, Lindsay, you're a hard act to follow. Is there a single award you didn't get? Very impressive. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee, the Alumni Association, and the Athletic Department for selecting me for this honor. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. It's an honor to be standing here with you. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for coming in this weekend, and most importantly, my husband for his incredible pride in my accomplishment. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame has given me an opportunity to reflect upon my time here at W&L. As we gather here on September 11th, I am reminded of where I was during the horrific 9/11 attack on America. It is no surprise that I was here on the turf field, surrounded by Coach Orson and the rest of the field hockey team. The team was my extended family, and together we got through a time of tragedy. I stand here tonight as a former student athlete. However, I must admit, most of the lessons I learned in college came from on the field, not in the classroom. And I must say it's quite ironic that I am back on campus this month. After 11 long years and hundreds of payments, I have finally written my last check to pay off my student loan. I definitely intend to celebrate this weekend. Since field hockey was a fall sport, I started freshman year with instant friends. Seeing that I had too much with those friends, I didn't have the grades to rush a sorority. In hindsight, as Coach Orson said, it worked out perfect because my teammates gave me my own sorority, Kappa Kappa Kelly. And as it turned out, the sorority got very popular because by my senior year, most of my teammates had joined it. Once spring rolled around, I had gotten to know the lacrosse girls. Little did I know that my teammates, Lee Wheeler, Joanna Perini, Daly Formby, and Sarah Jerkowski would be my lifelong best friends. We played lacrosse together, we lived together, we stood by each other at our weddings, and now we are mothers together. We all came from different backgrounds, interests, and lifestyles, but one common passion brought us together. But here at W&L, sports brought more than just the players together. It brought our families together. Regardless of the location, our families filled every stadium with blue and white. They kindly assisted the referees from the sideline and guaranteed a post-game tailgate regardless of win or lose. I can't imagine all of the mileage our parents covered throughout our career, but I assure you, by the end, they were not driving it to see us. They were driving it to see each other. Nonetheless, they were always there. As for my personal family, Christopher, Jonathan, and Heather, the games you guys attended were always my favorite to play. Jonathan, it was sweet how you bragged about me to everybody at Lakeland. Christopher, I'll never forget you as George Washington at the NCAA tournament. And Heather, thanks to your monogram shirts, everyone knew our last name. It's hard to believe that little Aiden, who was 6 months old on the sidelines, is now in the 6th grade. And to my mom, as with everything in life, you have always supported me. If I do one thing right, I hope to parent like you. Two coaches played a huge role in molding the person I became upon graduation, Jan Hathorn and Lori Stagnita. The thought of Lori Stagnita just makes me smile. Lori inspired me to be the first on the field and the last one off. She had the courage to point out my weaknesses and always challenge me to do better. I find in my current career, I recognize a lot of my management style comes from what I learned from Lori. The most important being, a good relationship drives people to do their best. Lori was more than my coach, she was my friend. And Jan. Many of you know Jan as the athletic director, but to me, she'll always be coach. Jan taught me many things, but most importantly, she taught me that it isn't about winning or losing. It's about playing the game. From day one, she instilled that we need to be thankful for our team, our health, and the opportunity to play. Before every game, Jan made us do a thankful circle in the locker room. I can honestly say that in all 4 years, no one ever stated that they were thankful for a winning season. It was always something of much more value outside the sport. As a competitive young athlete, this circle taught me a lot. and certainly put things in perspective. Now, as the mother of 6-year-old triplets, I find myself approaching sports much like Jan did with us. Regardless if my children win or lose, I just hope they enjoy playing the game. I'll never forget the day I got the phone call from Jan announcing my induction. I assumed she was calling regarding the upcoming alumni game, so when I picked up the phone, I did what I always do, and I just rambled into a conversation. It was after about 5 minutes, she said, "Well, do you want to know why I'm calling?" And I chuckled and said, "Yes, I'd love to know the news." While this phone call should be the reason why I remember this moment so vividly, unfortunately, it is not. It was the moment after. You see, after I hung up the phone, I realized the one person that I couldn't call is the one person that would be the most proud of this induction, my father, John Taffe. My dad was my biggest fan, one of my closest friends, and ultimately the reason why I came to W&L. My childhood dream was to play lacrosse at UVA or Princeton. While I think my father secretly wanted me to come to W&L, he never suggested it. Instead, he simply asked me to attend camp here my sophomore year of high school. You can guess how camp went. I'd like to dedicate this award to my father. I know he's watching somewhere.